Cold open and thesis. Hollywood has always traded secrets and back-alley whispers, but the newest miracle spreading through a list veins is a diabetes drug called Ozempic. Yes, it melts the pounds, but tonight we're peeling back the ring light filter to show how that so-called miracle can morph into a monster wrecking careers, confidence, and even bone structure. Buckle up, this is the caution tape tour of stars who, in chasing perfection, may have sacrificed their very selves. Celebrities who destroyed their lives with Ozempic. Scott Disick, from Lord to lethargic. Scott Disick once strutted through Calabasas like a rakish Bond villain in loafers. Lately, though, fans barely recognized him, cheeks hollowed, blazer sleeves swallowing his wrists. Rumor mill says Ozempic trimmed him faster than a Vegas slot drains quarters, but friends point to chronic back pain, prescription painkillers, and an appetite that simply vanished, regardless of the cause. The internet's verdict was unanimous. Somebody please check on Scott. The sharp suits stayed. The sharp wit, not so much. Jessica Simpson. Bratz doll backlash. We've cheered Jessica Simpson through maternity, music comebacks. Billion-dollar shoe lines, but her latest beach vacay uploads hit different. Razor-edge cheekbones, balloon lips, and a jawline that could file patents. She insists it's clean eating and a Pilates mat. Twitter insists it's Ozempic's telltale face skinny, whether syringe or salad. The extreme shift overshadowed her fashion empire news cycle and left. Longtime fans, nostalgic for the bubbly Texan who once asked if tuna was chicken, shedding 42 pounds in under 12 months. But her blunt review looked too gaunt, and I can't gain it back. Coming from a woman who's faced off against rocker router Sharon Osbourne, public regret, private struggle, never won. To dodge controversy, Sharon Osbourne openly admitted hopping on the injection train. Reality TV ratings, wars, and cancer scares. That warning hits hard. In her own words, Ozempic stopped feeling like a diet and started feeling like a curse she couldn't reverse. Robbie Williams, self-deprecating, still distressed. Robbie Williams joked to a podcast that he's on something like Ozempic. Because, in his dry British humor, I used to be overweight and hairy. Now, I'm underweight and hairless. Laugh track aside, the take that Alum's radio-thin frame, paired with those haunting eyes, sent fans spiraling. The man who once danced with angelic swagger now says he feels like a refugee from a concentration camp. His satire can't mask the darker undertone. Body image demons don't vanish when the scale does. John Goodman, whisper campaign versus public narrative. John Goodman credits portion control, 10,000 step days, and ditching booze for his 100-plus pound melt. Hollywood insiders, though, mutter Ozempic between cappuccinos. The mechanism, the beloved big-hearted dad's persona, feels muted. Interviews show a leaner but notably subdued Goodman. Viewers applaud his discipline, but quietly mourn the loss of that thunderous belly. It's a laugh energy that once filled every soundstage. The aesthetic cost, hollow cheeks, and lost charisma crossed every example. One pattern screams louder than paparazzi shudders. Rapid GLP-1 weight loss doesn't just shrink waistlines, strips facial fat, thin skin, and exaggerates every decade etched around the eyes. The charm you remember from magazine covers becomes a somber, almost spectral presence. Critics call it Ozempic face. Dermatologists call it volume loss. Either way, it's hard to Photoshop back. Health hazards. Beyond the selfie frame, but vanity isn't the only victim. Doctors warn of stalled digestion, electrolyte imbalances, and muscle atrophy. Sharon couldn't gain weight back. Scott wrestles injuries. Robbie jokes to hide fatigue. When a medication locks your body into permanent calorie deficit mode, its downtime hits harder, immunity dips, and even minor surgeries become riskier. Social media echo chamber. Applause, then alarm. In 2023, comment sections cheered. Wow, goals. By 2025, the tone shifted. Are they sick? Influencers once flaunted weekly shots. Now they post tearful, I can't keep food down. Confessions? The Ozempic hashtag morphed from glow-up gallery to trigger warning. proving how quickly trend cycles can swing from envy to intervention. The shortcut that isn't. Here's the bottom line. When the price of perfection is chronic nausea, facial collapse, and the erasure of the very traits that made audiences fall in love with you, maybe the shortcut isn't worth it. So, if a needle promises overnight slimness, remember the neon sign flashing behind it? Side effects may include losing more than just weight. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Is Ozempic a tool, a trap, or a bit of both?